My interactions with the council lady has been more than satisfactory. Any problems that I have been ably taken care of, and I'm more than pleased with the results.
Well, the interactions that was positive for me for her was when I first met her.
First really began to work with Corazon when we decided to do a cleanup here in our district. And I had to contact her in order to get some help from the City Council. And it was a wonderful experience from start to end.
We've called the Councilwoman on a number of occasions to help with issues we were having in the building. We actually called her fairly recently to have her help us interact with the fire department. We were having problems with the emergency services entering the building after hours and causing damage. And the Councilwoman brought over the fire chief. We were able to work through that problem pretty quickly.
So when we do call the office, the Councilwoman gets the notice, and then things are done. Street repair or that, or backyard garbage, front yard garbage.
For many years that I've been living here, I never actually called at her office. But there was a time that we needed some something to deal in the community where I live. And we actually went to her office. She received us there, and after we spoke about the situation that we had, she was able to help us in that matter. And you know, we were happy that we did that.
We also had a problem with the utility over last winter. It was a terrific job, and we needed help from the Councilwoman to help expedite the resolution of the problem. And she came at first call.
I met the Councilwoman approximately like 2.5 years ago, and I met her in the street, and she explained to me that she was running for Councilwoman. Immediately when I talked to her, I noticed that one of her unique abilities that I noticed was that she was a person who could listen to you. She was very patient with me. She listened to me.
I first got to know Corazon when she was going door to door, starting her bid for her council seat.
There were several issues. One was to do with street lighting. The other was to do with cleanliness. The other was to do with issues that dealt with the building and the surrounding community. And all of those issues were addressed amiably and satisfactorily.
When she came into our neighborhoods and she was walking down South Broadway, and she came into the barbershop actually in Ricardo's, and that's where we actually met at for the first time. And I seen that she was concerned about everything that was going on with the people in the community. This was the first time that I've seen something like this in the office, and that really put something in me and installed something in me that I was feeling because she was so young.
Bueno, estoy muy agradecido con Corazon Pineda por las atenciones que ella ha tenido con nosotros. Varias veces ha venido y cuando no viene, por lo menos nos llama por teléfono.
So when we started work on the cleanup last year, we had to make sure that we got in touch with the Department of Public Works. And
I spoke to her at the office, and I said, if you want to know more about No Dine Hill, we've done this with volunteer work, with groundwork. So we made the appointment. She came up to Oak Street. We met. We did a walkthrough, showed her all the bad spots, and she wrote everything down. And then that was months later.
Immediately impressed by her personality, by her attentiveness to everybody that she met with on my neighborhood. It was a real pleasure to get to know her then, and it's been such an amazing experience watching her grow and become such a vital part of our community.
And on the day, the councilwoman and her assistant Leslie both turned up on the day and helped us do the cleanup. And I think that was a great gesture. I'm so used to council people coming and arriving just for the photo opportunity and then leaving. And in fact, neither of them did that, and they were really helpful.
She called again, and I said, well, why don't you come? Would you like to come upstairs and sit with us? And it'd be easier to explain things. So she came up for about an hour. First time I ever had a councilwoman come to my house. So it was nice. She was pleasant.
Honestly, sincerely, I felt that she was really sincere about helping us out, man. You know, whether we was black, you know, Latino, you know, anybody that needs help, she was for the people. And I'm a people person. I'm a humanitarian. So when I met her for that first time, it was a very positive thing for me. She was so young when I asked her age. And I was really, really like astonished of her accomplishments and where she was at. And I wanted to keep moving her on because it was so important to have such young sisters like that to be in office and to have a chance to make a difference for our people. And that really touched my heart. And we've been friends ever since. And I've always kept in contact with her.
Siempre la queremos mucho. Siempre ella viene por aquí. Y siempre ella está pendiente de nosotros. Últimamente me hizo un favor muy grande. Me llamó a Albany y me resolvieron un problema muy bueno.
I enthusiastically support Corazon's bid for re-election.
And I was telling her that since she's running for the, councilwoman, that she should become and be a guest in my church, where I would introduce her to my pastor and my congregation, and so we all could get to know her. And to my surprise, that following Sunday, I was in church, and she came right through the door, and they told me she was in, and she came in. I was shocked because, usually politicians promise they're going to do this and that, and then they never really follow through. So I thought that was very unique about her.
My experience with, I don't know if I can say politics, it always being a negative point of view until I went for the first time to her office and we had a conversation about the situation we were having in our community, and seeing the way how they were able to help us and respond, my point of view about politics changed, and she's been very helpful in that way.
One of the most important things that I've seen her doing recently is just being everywhere and listening so carefully and with consideration to so many different communities. She is articulate and thoughtful with young people, with older people, with people of all different backgrounds. She is a really good communicator, most of all, a very good listener, and I'm very proud to have elected her and look forward to having a chance of doing it again.
Action. When we call her, she comes in the first time. We don't have to call her twice.
Queremos que la gente que vea este video traten de ayudarla, porque ella es una muchacha de muy buen corazón, como su nombre.
I want to continue to support her because I think she is a genuine breath of fresh air in our neighborhood. We've had a number of different council representatives in the years that I've been here. One who went to jail, another who got fed up of us and decided to resign, and another that we really wanted to get rid of. So when we got Corazon, and we really like her, and she's really been helpful to her, we think this woman is a keeper. So we want to keep her.
I think she's earnest. I think she's a person that tries to do the best she can. And and that's what my requests are. I find she's a very honest, forthright, down-to-earth individual who does everything she can do to help her constituents. And I feel she's an asset as our councilwoman.